Okay, so imagine this. You're enjoying an awesome camping vacation with your family and friends, barbecuing, hiking, hanging out, having a good time, and all of a sudden you wake up in the middle of the night, your clothes and all your valuables are soaking wet, it's pouring rain, and half your tent is falling over on one side, and you realize that you never set it up properly in the first place. Well, today I'm going to demonstrate on how to properly set up a simple camping tent so that hopefully this will never happen to you. Now, as with any major project, step one is always making sure you have your required equipment. So in this case, you have the poles, the rain fly, the tent, the stakes, and some optional gear, hammer, and a tarp. Now, I strongly recommend that you have all this set up prior to going camping. Pain in the jump if you get all the way out there and you find out that you're missing something and you're miles away from home. So, once you have all your gear, the next step is to go ahead and set up your tent, your camping site. Now, what you want to look for is a smooth, flat area with no rocks or roots or any sharp things sticking out. In this case, this will work just fine. Once you have the site prepped, what you want to do is you want to go ahead and roll out your tent. And as you're rolling it out, what you want to keep in mind is that you want to spread all four corners as widely as possible. Once you've done this and all four corners are out, what you want to do is you want to orientate the door facing the most accessible way. For example, you don't want to put the door right next to bushes or right next to a cliff. You want to make it so where you can get in and out as easily as possible. Now, once you have all four corners laid out, it's time to go ahead and stake it down. Now, the trick with staking it down is that once you get one down in there staked, you want each one that you do, you want to pull the corner and take the slack out. Now, you don't want to pull so hard that you're ripping it. Like I said, you just want to get the slack out. Obviously is the time to find all the most rocks or whatever. Now keep in mind, if the ground's real hard, if you're in the desert or using rocks or whatever, recommend the hammer. Right. Now that it's staked down, it's time for the poles. Now, these poles are made out of fiberglass, which is designed to bend a little bit. Now you don't want to torque on them or wrench on them because they'll break. Now what they are, like I said, they're fiberglass with a bungee in the middle. They got male and female ends, and these go in the sleeves of the tent to prop it upright. And like I said, once it's staked, you want to go ahead and slide these in the sleeve. Now, you want to keep in mind that the tent is made out of nylon, so you don't want to ramrod it in there as hard as you can because you might tear it. Obviously, it's easier to do it. One time I had one of these poles snap on me while I was going through, and of course, it made it a pretty rough time. Now, it doesn't matter which pole you put in first or which side you do, just keep in mind that one of them is going to go over and one of them is going to go under. What you want to do, once they're through all the way, you want to go ahead and put the ends of the poles in the pre-made anchors that are found on all four of the corners of the tent. And as you do this, you can see that the tent starts taking a little bit of shape, oblong or whatnot. And once holes are in the anchors, you want to go ahead and clasp plastic pieces that are hanging midway on the tent. And as you can see, the tent is taking its shape. Now, it looks like you're done and it looks like you're good to go. However, the most important piece, in my opinion, is the rain fly. Now, the rain fly obviously is made for when it rains, but can also help to decrease some of the wind. For example, sometimes it might be hot during the day, but at night it will, the temperature might drop down. So what this will do also is keep in a lot of the heat. Now once you have it draped over the top, what you want to do is go ahead and anchor all 4 corners down to the same anchors that the poles went into. Once all 4 parts are in, what you want to do is put in the stakes and the fly. Now they come in 2 different ones in this specific case, and each one does a different function.
Oh, good.
This one goes through the top while the other one goes in the front. Now there's pockets under here that this fits nice and snug into. And so this one is metal tip. There's metal holes in here that this one is supported. Once again, it looks like you're done, but there's one final critical step. You take your 2 remaining stakes, you take the string and you want to pull it as tight as you can. And this will keep the rain from collecting on top of the tent and soaking in and getting you wet while you sleep. So now that we've covered all the basic steps required to set up a basic camping tent, you no longer have to be that guy like I was who had his tent blowing down the beach, covered, soaking wet when it started pouring rain. So now my only question to you is, when are we going camping?